Hello, everybody, and good evening. This is the second episode of the Beyond the Brick Madness here at our YouTube channel. It's so good to see John and Joshua Hanlon.
It's good to be back bricking and rolling with you again, Andreas. That's what it was called, right?
Last week, I think I called it different this way, but because we have to rock, I will rock for 10 seconds, and then we know we've done this part and we can talk about Lego. It's very simple.
Yes.
The Hanlons are back, and I'm sitting in my room. So that's it.
Oh, bravo. Wow, yes.
We need the people. We need the entertainment, and if I'm singing too long, everybody will be gone.
Can you just do a singing live stream? I would listen to that. Just a nice, calming,
I can do this. By the way, right now, thank you to Think Bricks. He's sending a mail that there's a mistake in my article. But that's the.
Well, we'll have to wait till the stream's over.
Yes, but we can start with this topic, and later on we talk about toppings.
The first topic is all the mistakes you make in your articles.
There are a lot of mistakes, but I just published an article, and it was kind of stressful because I had to prepare two live streams. There is a new Lego Star Wars set on the horizon, and I will show you the images. Maybe you've seen it already. They're going to be this new set out there in August, and Lego has recently, I think 2 hours ago, posted this on Twitter.
Yes, there you go.
Clone Troopers, and
the
here's
final
the image.
Battle Pack. Finally, it's what all the fans wanted.
Yes, and I think here's the mistake. I wrote there are two troopers out there, but there's a fourth up there. So this is my mistake.
You missed the guy that was sitting on top of the walker.
So of course I can count, but right now it was a little bit tricky. Okay, so this is my first question. Right now we will talk for 1 hour about new Lego stuff. We will talk a bit about New York City and the future of our cooperation the next 20 years. So
before all of that, the most important question is, what shirt do you like better? We've got the Lego convention and we've got the Zelda Nintendo New York shirt.
All right. Oh my goodness, this is a tricky one. I think both are looking good. Right now, for any reason, I think this green. This John is a typical green guy, It's not about. I mean, the logo is fun. Of course, I like Zelda more because this is the game of my youth and I played it a lot. But this green looks like
it's very cool. Yes,
really into it. And your shirt, it looks stunning, but you're the wrong person to wear.
Wow. Okay, I didn't think you'd take it there, but we went there. Okay.
This is a good start.
So, shout out to, I believe it's Will Heron that does the Brick Fiesta shirts. So an AFAL down in Texas. He does really great work. Lots of neat stuff. So he does the shirts for Brick Fiesta, which is the show that happens in a different city in Texas every year. So really cool stuff. So anyway, we can move on now.
There are going to be a few people around the next hour, and you see it's possible to ask some questions later on. So we have this in mind, of course. And right now, and what I saw the last week, so I'm streaming for 2 weeks now. What is very interesting, that not so many people actually are joining the live streams, but watching it afterwards. It's kind of because I always thought it's just fun to see a video while we are streaming. But many people are taking the time and watching it the whole length afterward, which is interesting.
We've had people tell us that they'll watch, especially if we're doing a set build, they'll get that set and then start the live stream, and then it's like they're building along with us, basically. And so we've had people tell us that in the past.
Yeah. So it is fun. And I would say before we talk about more Lego-related stuff, let's dive into our memories of a fun trip we had recently. And
we have more to go over from last week.
I think we have a lot more to say about New York.
A lot has happened since last week. John had a birthday, so shout out.
Oh my goodness! Of course, I sent a message and a cake, but zum Geburtstag viel Glück.
There we go.
Zum Geburtstag viel Glück. Zum Geburtstag, lieber John. zum Geburtstag viel Glück. So,
Thank you very much. Thank you. Very nice.
Bravo. Happy birthday to John. What's the chat going on here? So
we will see. But I just had to mention, I received a short message of my girlfriend, and she told me, be serious this time.
How long have you known each other and she wants you to be serious in a live stream?
Never.
This is kind, I think, the wrong thing. So I say hello to everybody in the chat. We'll just keep on rolling here, and we have 1 hour to kill together. Then I have my other stream on the other YouTube channel. You know this, but it's so good to see you guys.
Have we sent the chat out on all the social medias so people are aware?
Absolutely.
There we go. Okay.
Perfect.
Very professional.
Perfect. Yeah, and I think A Tube was in our in the other chat stream on Tuesday on your channel, and
I remember him.
There is kind of this rumor going on that we all together will do the live stream with Jailbreak. So no pressure for Jane, but we should repeat this topic all over again to see if something will happen one day.
We'll just bring it up in every stream all the time.
I will talk about it every day, so we see what's going on in a few weeks. But as I mentioned, I just picked randomly a few photos we did in New York City.
We're always happy to go over photos from New York City, yes.
I have so many images, so I mean, we don't know how many episodes we'll do of this show, but we could do at least, I wrote John, we could do 20 because of so many images.
Yes.
The more episodes we do, the further and further back we have to go with the times we've hung out with you. And eventually we'll get to the first, was it the Fan Media Days, the first time we met you, when you did the interview on the picnic table?
This was 3 years ago. Yes. And this was actually one of the first time I got all the reactions from all the community guys. Like Jason Ellerman wrote for the first time, Brickstar wrote, and everybody said, "Oh, there's this German guy, and he makes fun with other people, and it's enjoyable." So
he's out there making so much fun. What a nice guy!
Yeah, it was fun. And on the other side, you both just sitting there, very bored. You know, this was no. So I have the images here, and I will just put the image here on screen, and then we talk about it. It's a very funny game, I would say. So I'm ready for the first image of the evening.
Yes.
Here we go.
Oh, I forgot. Man, we have so many weird experiences in New York City, don't we? I mean, you never know. Look at this.
I think you should explain what's going on here.
And I can start, and then you go on.
Yes.
So we visited a mall because I was saying it was the first time during the whole week that I told you both I would like to have an ice cream or something, a cookie.
Oh, the first time, yeah.
It was the first time that we went to a very nice place, had a nice taco meal, something like that, and then
Chipotle.
And then I think John was using his app and saw, okay, there is a Haagen-Dazs inside this mall, and we went in. And I think by then we didn't even know that this is a subway station. It just looks like a mall. So we went to the place, get our ice cream, and then I think Josh or John, one of you both mentioned something, and now we have to go on.
Oh, okay. So in the center of the mall subway station area, there was a press conference happening. And I believe we later determined that they were announcing a new head of the MTA, which is the subway transportation system for New York City. And this was the big press conference going on right here where we just happened to walk into. And there was a new head of the transportation system that was being announced. And so there was lots of cameras and media and press happening there. It was a very fancy subway station mall thing. It was apparently very new. I don't remember exactly where that was. It was somewhere in lower Manhattan area. I don't remember exactly where though. But
it's not far from the World Trade Center Memorial area, right?
That area.
It's very close to
World
that
Trade Center area, somewhere in that region. So somebody familiar with New York City might know where this is because it looked very new. Yes, so that's what all the cameras are there. So there are people talking at the podium. So it was very exciting.
And this is a big deal because obviously you might wonder, well, it's just like the transportation, and the subway. Why is that a big deal? But, New York City, very large city, very famous subway. So, millions of people using this on probably a nearly daily basis almost. So this is a big deal for keeping all of that stuff running and keeping the city moving.
It is and to finish this story. Afterwards, the press conference was over, and John told me you have to do an interview, and there are 2 camera teams talking to people, and okay, they need reaction. So I thought it's a good thing that they should ask a German tourist what I personally think of the new head of the transportation. So I walked by 2 or 3 times, that they ignore me. It was.
Yes, they were grabbing people as they got off the subway to just talk with them about their reaction to this news. And we thought, okay, this is perfect. Andreas, he's wanted to be famous in the United States. This is his opportunity to
like the Beatles. Like the Beatles, For me, it's always the thing. The Beatles did it this way. For me, it's important.
Like he could have been the next Beatles. So he wandered around in the area where the cameras were, and they ignored him.
He kept doing loops around this like big open hall in the mall there, and then he tried to get the camera people to stop him, and no one said anything. So and it was his one moment that it was finally going to be the big breaking out of the German market. It was finally going to break into the American market. Zumgebot was going to be put on the map there in New York City.
No chance. And it was going to be, but to find a bridge, and I think we cannot say it in English, you told me last time, but you see, for a few hours, I'm in my office. I have still the ship here, which you might have ordered already, the new Barracuda.
I noticed that you take the time to go to your office for your live streams, but not when you join us on Beyond the Brick. So I'm taking notes here.
It was very spontaneous because right now we are staying at the East Coast, and it was very cold today. And I thought, okay, I have to go there because all the post and flowers and stuff. So I thought, okay, just go now. And I arrived like 1 hour ago, and will head back tomorrow morning. But it's all about quality. And good quality.
Yes, good call.
For the stream with Jane Bricks, I will build a new office. So
okay.
This must be
great.
But yes, because I want to talk about Lego, I will show another image, and we've talked about the subway, and this could be an image you might not know where it is from. So I will see if you know it was
the pop quiz.
I took this image in Manhattan. I can give you this little teaser. But you can tell me, where's this image from?
Oh, you took this somewhere in Manhattan.
Exactly.
Is that at the Rockefeller Center Lego store?
Yeah, exactly. One of the perfect jobs.
First guess.
Did I win anything? A Millennium Falcon set, or did I win anything for getting that right?
Nothing, John. Nothing.
Your streams should be sponsored by the Tourism Bureau of New York City.
Yeah, that's all we ever talk about.
The mayor, the governor,
we talk about
the chat just learned so much about New York City.
But I have a few more images here to share, and this is something. And I saw a nice image like, what is the word? A comet is going down. The big stone from the universe. What's
like
the
a meteor? Meteor
is coming down, and there's an image between 2 dinosaurs.
Oh, right, yes.
You've seen this? Okay, then explain in English. Okay.
Yes, no, you're right.
and the one is telling the other one, we first have to talk about the economy and then about all the other stuff. And this is why I took. I choose this image to show.
Not quite as funny when you describe it.
It wasn't that good, I have to say. But
there we go. Okay.
There we see the new friend of John.
Yes.
John's new best friend.
The back.
Little T-Rex there.
And as Joshua would say, a shout out to the girl who took us around, because there was a very cool tour inside. So this is the National Museum of History in Manhattan. And John was telling us, okay, there's a tour, or Joshua, I think you did it. And so we are looking and running around for, I would say, 4 hours.
Very difficult.
To see where will the tour start. And we ask everybody, the tour is downstairs. We go downstairs, it's there. And then suddenly we arrive, and there was a girl standing with one other person. So this was a very private tour for 4 people. And we walked around.
German, the tour guide, didn't she?
She spoke German.
Remember that?
Yes. And she spoke German, and it was so amazing because she was so into it. Like we're talking about Lego all the time, and she was talking. She knows everything. And
she was very passionate about the exhibits, which is what you want in a museum guide. It's amazing when you have someone who really cares about the topics on display. Andres, it's like when I go to a military museum with you. You know what that's like.
It's the same. It's exactly the same. But before we talk about Lego, and we have a lot to talk about Lego, I have 4 more images today of New York City.
I love it. It's so good.
People will love it. They're sitting at home. Why? It's like, you know, in the past, you know that when you show your family images of your holiday trip, it's like 5 minutes is fine, but then you get bored because you haven't been there. The same here. We're showing images. We enjoy it so much. People think, oh, it's New York. I've been there. Or I've seen images of New York. But this right now is very, very.
In the future, we need to set it up so that we go back and forth. So we have an image and you have an image, and then we can show different travel images. We could show like images from Antarctica.
We will do this. Yeah. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be a travel stream. We'll start travel streams.
This is a very special image for John because this is a place you remember.
Yes.
Oh, look at that.
Very cold.
And this is the thumbnail of our video today because I think John was looking for a cookie. He needed something sweet.
I don't think it was me. I don't think
the historical record is a little blurry on who exactly was looking for the cookie.
And so we found the place, and I think one cookie was $6 or so. But
they were very, very good cookies. We should mention that.
Very.
So, if you're ever in New York City, check out Schmackeries. Is that how you say the name of this place? Check it out. Very good bakery cookies.
Schmackeries.
I think they also had like coffee and hot chocolate. Very good.
This is funny. I of course I've seen the sign and the headline, but this could be kind of a German word, like Schmeckeries, but because in German you would say something tastes good, schmecken. So
it's probably maybe it is. Yeah, maybe it's based on that.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? But I have more, and this is okay. Okay. I have 2 more today. I have 2 more images because this is very good. I will show you what's going on in a second. Here we go. What is the name of this new fancy?
What is that called? I'm forgetting what that's called. It's at
Oculus.
Oculus. Yeah. No. Is that it? No. Oculus is the thing at the World Trade Center.
Is that right? The white. Okay.
The subway station.
The stairs. What are the stairs called?
You got to look it up. Vessel.
Oh, the vessel.
Okay. Here we go. Yeah, perfect. The vessel. So this was another funny story because they told us we have to pay $10 to get in, and sometimes a day there are free slots for a few minutes. So, but we have to go to a place where we can actually buy the tickets inside the mall. So we've been inside the mall, went upstairs, and there was a girl standing and just giving us tickets. We
walked up and we were like, "Where do we buy them?" And she just handed us 3 tickets and said, "Here you go."
And the time slot was already over. So
we still got in.
We just walked right in.
But I can show it once more because, of course, I've done some images with my minifigure, with my sci-fic. But this was sick-fic. I'm sorry again.
Okay.
But this is a nice view from up there. You can go there
and that's in the new Hudson Yards area. So for people visiting New York City, this is like a brand new area. A lot of these buildings were just finished recently. It's super cool. It's right there by the what's the trail called?
The High
Line?
High Line?
Yeah, the High Line. You mean, yeah.
The trail that you can walk around. So all of that is super nice. So again, these are your New York City tourism pro tips, which is the main point of these streams.
Yes.
And before we talk about Lego and the people get excited, I have 3 more images. I just 3 more. We will start here. This is my good friend. My good friend Ryan.
Robbie.
Robbie.
Close enough. Look at that photo he has with
Sean.
Sean, yes.
Sean Kenny down here. Yeah, image. And this is a brand new building, and I've still to do the vlog because we've done a vlog in Brooklyn, and this is gonna be, I would say, and please don't get me wrong, because it's my vlog, so I don't want to sound stupid, but the best vlog in the world.
Okay.
Every vlog you release becomes the best vlog in the world.
The Brooklyn one is, we had such an amazing day, and I will put everything inside this vlog. This will be epic.
Yes, absolutely. We can't wait to watch it.
Yes, but I have too many images, and this is something, that you visited a place a few times when you already know places where to go to. So we spent 1.5 hours in this fancy place, and I've been there twice before, and it was a very good salad, right?
Chopped, not a sponsor, but if they want to start sponsoring, we're more than happy because we loved it. It was very good.
Very good.
What's the name of the
Chopped? CHOPT. Very good salad.
Yes. So if you're looking for a healthy meal, maybe you've been eating unhealthy, maybe you've had a lot of cookies and you're ready to switch it up a bit.
Too many cheeseburgers.
It's called Chopped, right? Chopped.
Yes.
Okay.
CHOPT.
Okay, just one.
Somebody just asked, is that a Zelda shirt? So yes, I do. It's I got a Breath of the Wild shirt on here.
I would just try to do something. Maybe they will sponsor the video next time, okay?
Yes.
Go ahead.
You're really hungry, you're a healthy person, drop by. It's shop time.
There you go.
Good. What could you want? Free advertising.
I think that's 10,000 euros easily in an advertising.
Yeah, and here's somebody writing, Phoenix Bricks, I really need to visit New York City, and after your streams, I know where to go and what
there
to
you
visit.
go. Look at the what you're providing, the service you're providing for people out there.
By the way, have we already talked? I mean, we've afterwards, or maybe during our live stream, we have to find a way. I mean, I've 2 more images. We have to do another one. There's so much stuff, but I've one more today, and then we are good here because, I mean, we know Beyond the Brick. You know those guys. Very successful YouTube channel, which is boom. I mean, hey, they're out there
beyond any measure.
It's unbelievable. It's like my Casey Neistat is here, but this is Beyond the Brick. But in some moments, I think I'm not really sure if they're really Lego fans. Are there really adult fans of Lego? Because
whoa!
We are visiting a place, and this is a true story. Both standing for 10 minutes in front of this showcase, and I will show you the model right now, and you will see, oh my goodness, are they really Lego fans, or are they interested in other toys as well? So I will show you the image, and they have been so excited, and I can tell you, this is a true story. I mean, just to look into the faces of John and Joshua while standing there.
Oh no, I'm wondering what you're about to show.
Yes, we stood and looked at this for hours.
It is huge. It is epic. It is awesome. So look at this build. I mean,
we have several videos about that coming out very soon.
We shot actually a short documentary on that display.
So they're gonna maybe a new YouTube channel out there, Beyond Barbie. We will see.
Barbie.
There we go.
So that's it about. We will continue next time if there is a next time.
Beyond Barbie is a good name for April Fool's video for us, which, by the way, that's another thing we've done since we last chatted. What did you think of the April Fool's video?
It is great. I've seen 10 minutes of it.
That's
for any reason, there was something going on and I had to quit. But the beginning, the editing in the beginning, masterpiece. Very good job.
I mean, just
and
spot on.
Editing is John's job, perfect. The way of acting of Joshua was very good. Boone was awesome. I mean, he's down now. Boone is, I mean, he's out there.
Right.
But it was really entertaining, and I have to see the rest of it. So I've seen 10 minutes.
And you can Boone before he became too famous for us.
Yeah, that's the thing. But this is, check out the April Fool's joke. It is very good. And have you seen mine, by the way?
No.
What did you do?
I will show you my April Fool's joke in a second. It's all prepared here somehow. So let's see. It is here. So my joke has been that there's going to be a new Super Mario Kart race, so circuit in Legoland in Dubai. So desert race. So because of the new license, there's going to be
a desert track.
a desert track in Dubai in the Legoland.
Hey, they're probably going to do that now. You never know.
That's very good. That's very good. They might steal your idea.
Maybe. And this, of course, is my track here in my city. And I mean, there have been other Legoland sets in the past, so this was my joke. You know, there could be more sets than
very nice. Very nice.
Yeah. You and Brian had a lot of good Nintendo hot takes to share on the stream we did.
This was really fun, and I told them already we had like pre-tape. You know, we're talking for 2 hours before this chat and stream, and think what can we do this next hour. And I promised them I'll be back. Last time, your live stream, I think, how long? 7 hours or so.
4
hours. It was a long journey.
4 hours is about as long as we want to go. That's a long time. So 4 hours and we're good.
And again, Phoenix Bricks, it was a great video you've done here. So shout out to him. And of course, now we have to talk about a very, very, very important thing, because otherwise we're running out of time again.
Oh yeah, that's very easy.
Last time we spoke about the Lego Ideas sets. We've already reached the 10,000 votes within this year. So till end of April, we have the first 4 months where you can vote for a set, and if there are 10,000 votes, this could be a real Lego set out there. And we already talked about a few of those sets, and there's even one more since last time.
Really? Okay. So no more jokes. This is when we get serious predictions only.
Now we're going to be really serious, and we start with a new one. And we've already talked about, I think, 6 or 7 submissions last week. So I will add the video in the.
We're looking for the. We've got to pull up the link here. Where's the article that lists all of them on your site? We're looking for it.
It is when you just go in the menu and choose Lego Ideas, and then the second one.
Okay, we'll have it in a second here. John's pulling it up.
Go ahead. We can
okay, we keep on rolling.
Yeah,
it's all professional. Okay, all right.
Very professional.
So we have a new vehicle here. So kind of snow related, snow groomer. This is, I think, the first technic related set or model mock, which is 10,000 votes now. So I will start with Joshua. What do you think of this beast here?
I think this is really cool. I think this is a really unique idea. We live here in northern Indiana. It's near Chicago, Andreas, and I'm sure we've told you before, we get tremendous amounts of snow, typically several feet of snow every year. It can depend depending on the year, but we get a lot. So I think this is a really neat idea. As someone who grew up having to shovel and move a lot of snow over the years, I think this would be a useful tool to have. I'm sure it would clear the driveway very easily. And I think it looks like it's got some cool playability. Even as I'm not normally a big Technic person myself, but I think this is a pretty neat idea. So I guess if we're predicting would this become a set, I don't know about that. I guess there's no precedent here because there haven't been a lot of Technic sets. So I'm a maybe on will it become a set. It's hard to say, but I'm a fan of the build.
All right. So John, have you found the?
Yes. Yeah, I was looking at it here. Yeah. So we've got it. You got all the photos on there beautifully. So anyone who wants to see the ideas sets, who are you have the votes, definitely go over to Zumgabout and try to spell it the best you can, and you'll arrive there eventually.
Thank you so much.
There it is.
Here we go. But John, what do you think of this submission?
I agree. I think this is super cool. I really like the video that he made that shows off the different features of the set. That video is really cool.
Oh, look at that. Very professional.
Very professional video.
Yeah.
Do you know who made this or where the person is based?
What country are they in?
I don't know, I have to say. I didn't check this out, but of course you can see we can name the builder here. It's a lot of details here.
Oh, look
the
at
name
that.
of the builder should be somewhere. Let me see. Okay, I would just jump to the original idea site. So the name of the builder is Readera00. So I haven't heard of this builder, but it's a great looking
Yeah. So
For
very,
me,
very good. I think it would be very interesting to get a Technic ideas set. So I mean, it looks great.
it is, and the problem is here, it is kind of 3,000 elements, so this is the limit, and it's hard to say if there could be more or less or something. It is very impressive, and I would say it could be, but as so the rules, by the way, are we give our opinion about that, and we say if we think that Lego will make a set. So I think it's a good looking idea, but I don't think that this is going to be a set from my perspective.
I think it could be. It obviously looks very good. It's hard to know on whether it's too big or too complicated. But a lot of Technic sets are very large and complicated, so it would fit with the Technic theme.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be really cool if they made it. It's hard to know whether they would go move forward with it.
So we've already talked about Kid. We've talked
covered a
about
number of these,
the
yeah.
ship. We've talked about Green Hill Zone, Sonic Mania. We've talked about Bricks and Blooms. We've talked about Indiana Jones. We've talked about the Rachel Bowling Alley, and the Big Lebowski. And we had to talk about the space thing, John would say. So we have a few more here to go. Oh no, and we've already talked about the rocket,
Yeah,
the
another
space
space
flight.
thing.
So here we go. This is the new one. So this is
Startgate.
another one, the train station Startgate. And right now we start again with not again, but this time with John, Joshua, myself.
Let's see if we can do better following directions.
Yes, we have to keep the order. We messed that up lots of times last time, but this looks great. I think this is very cool. It's very accurate to train stations, especially if you are in Europe. I think a little more than here in the U.S. Trains are not as big of a deal here in the U.S., but in Europe especially, I think this would be a very popular set, and I think it would be a great idea set. And I think that it's maybe not as unique as some of the other Lego ideas set. I mean, it's not like crazy, but I think it's very well done, and I think that they could make a version of it. So I think this is sure. I'll go with yes. No,
I think you're muted.
But I think you're up next, Josh.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with John. I think I'm a yes on this one as well. I love the details. So there's like the clock faces put throughout, which is something you see in train stations. There's the tables kind of out on the balconies, the lamp posts. So there's a lot of those details that add some kind of ornamentation to it. And I could definitely see them. I mean, that Lego has made train stations in the past. I don't think anything really on this type of scale or sort of this very ornamental design that I can think of. But the big dome also in particular is very nice. And John's right. I think this would appeal very much to a more European fan base. There isn't like the train station culture here in the U.S. where just because train travel isn't that popular. But I think the European fans would really like it.
So I would say this looks really good. I mean, some parts are missing. The elements are gone. This is a digital version of the build. But I think the scale, this could be the problem. I mean, a train station has to be big in some way. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a train station. But I think it's too big. So I would say it's a no, but I would love to see it. This is my personal.
But I mean, they release big, so big sets all the time. You never, maybe they would decide kind of bigger than modular line sort of thing. But that's a good point though. That they're always hesitant to make larger sets.
So we go on here with the UCS Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and we start again with John.
Yeah. So I have to ask before I give my opinion on it: is this a popular movie, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, in Germany or in Europe?
At least I haven't heard of it.
Okay.
So I had no clue. So I don't know if it's Scandinavia or it's North America or Canadian. I don't know. I haven't heard of it.
Okay. So this is the very popular movie in the U.S., considered a classic movie that most people would have seen, especially adults, older adults especially. And this is a fantastic model. If you look at the vehicle, it's very, very well done. But my concern is that the movie is not popular enough to make this into a set. So I don't know exactly where all the movie was distributed or how popular it was, but If this movie was not as popular in Europe or in parts of the world outside of North America, I don't think Lego is going to make it into a set. So I'm going to go with a no on this, even though the model is fantastic. It's also very large, again, as we've been talking about. So it would be, they'd have to make sure that there are enough people to purchase something of this size.
Yeah, just a little add. I just put two opinions here in our discussion about the last one. So, and there's what I think A.A. Tube mentioned is that there's a way that a wheelchair can actually cross the whole rail. So it's a very good system inside. So a lot of thoughts inside of it. So we're just showing one image, of course. You can check out all the submissions on the Lego Ideas platform. So we're just showing one image, but there, of course, sometimes are many details inside the building as well. So a lot of thinking went into the building, and not only the structure, but also the inner side of the building. But yeah, okay. And this was your opinion, John. And now we come to Joshua.
I think I'm a maybe on this, so not quite as hard on the no as John, because this movie does certainly have a lot of fans. I know in the U.S., maybe other countries as well, but I think there's certainly potential here. Also, the model just looks absolutely incredible. The detailing on this is probably my favorite of all the Ideas projects we've gone through here.
Okay.
We John and I and our family watched this movie a lot growing up, and it's a really great movie. Andreas, you'll have to check it out sometime. Maybe when you're in Chicago, we can watch it together. Is it on Disney Plus? Because this was a Disney movie, right?
It probably is.
I think it might be on Disney
I don't know.
Plus.
You'd have to check.
Okay, then the license is
not
there
on that. But no, I think it's great. I think sort of those chrome elements look fantastic. Yeah, I'd say this is a maybe for me.
And for me, I mean, chrome is gone. As we know, there won't be any more chrome elements in the future because of thickness of the bricks and the stability. And yeah, so I've talked to some guys from Lego, and I have the feeling that chrome is gone forever.
They say that though, but you never know. I mean, how many times have they said things are gone? They bring back color, back. So I mean, you never know.
So yeah, but beside that, it's when you don't know something and I haven't seen the movie, the TV show, whatever. It looks interesting. It looks like an old-timer, futuristic stuff, sci-fi thing.
It makes a lot more sense when you've seen the movie. So
yeah, it's kind of a crazy car that can fly.
I would say it's a maybe because I don't know, as John mentioned, how big the community is who really like this. But we've seen 10,000 supporters, so it's a maybe. Could be. We've seen many shows in the past, and I think. Even the Ideas team is telling they're always looking for new ideas, and it shouldn't be or mustn't be a license. We have seen many license sets in the past, and I think the sellings are really good. So this could be, in my opinion. Okay, we roll on here, and we have a few more. Let's see how many when we have time. Okay, this is interesting, and I've really no idea. The only thing I can give you, John, is information. What I've heard that there have been a few YouTubers who were really supporting this idea.
Oh.
And if a guy, with 1 million subscribers like you nearly have, is telling you, please vote for this set, this is kind of a self-going thing. So yeah, this is the background. But yeah, John, it's up to you.
Yeah, this one is very strange.
I have no clue what's going on here.
Right. It's just a guy, and there's a little shed. And some kind of a little...
There's the no goose sign there.
Is that like a statue? Or over there by the flower? I'm not sure what that is exactly supposed to be.
It says Untitled Goose Game. Is it supposed to be based on a real-life game? And then they tried to, not infringe on the copyright, and so they didn't want to use a name?
Is this some type of a video game?
It is a game, but I don't know more about it.
Somebody
it's really
in the chat, maybe. Yeah. I don't know if anyone watching has any idea what inspired this project. I guess.
I mean, it's very basic, so I don't know, since I don't know anything about what.
Let's go over to the project itself here. What do they say?
Yeah, I was just asking the people. So Phoenix Bricks just.
Go ahead.
It's always a little delay. It's funny because we talk about the next one, but we've still comments here about the last one. So the car we've seen. So at least on Disney Plus Germany, you wouldn't find the movie.
Okay. Maybe it's not on there then. I thought maybe I'd heard it was or something, but I guess.
And now we're right in time because Angry Dragon is telling us this is a game where you can play as a goose.
Oh, so you play as the goose, not as the guy in the overalls. Okay.
Okay, this is interesting. So yeah, Joshua, you finished here. So you think it's a no?
I think it's a no because I don't understand what it's based on, and I don't think if we don't understand what it's based on, if none of us here, then I don't think there's probably a large enough audience to purchase it. It also it's very small and there's not much to it. There's not a whole lot going on.
Yeah.
Was it like a mobile game or something that didn't have a name?
Yeah, maybe it was some type of a mobile game, like a.
But right now, we talk about the idea, Joshua. It's not. I mean, like I don't know anything about the movie of the car. Okay. So right now, just think of the idea and what.
Oh, then
what do you feel when you look at this build? What is your emotion?
I feel confused, and I puzzled. And I'm ready to move on. That's all. Yeah.
Okay, we go on. Otherwise, we will be angry here. And we have this car, and I've seen, and I didn't know about it. I've seen the movie where they throw something against the car, and
I don't think that's damage with the glass. That's real life. That's not a movie.
This is, of course, it's real life. But this, what is the special thing about this car from Elon Musk? So what is the before we talk about the build, what is the special thing about this car?
It's a Tesla car, and people think it looks crazy, and it's electric. So when it first came out, everybody was talking about it because it looks very strange, and some people were saying that they love it because it's Tesla, and there are lots of Tesla fans all over the world. Other people were saying that it's very ugly and it looks horrible, and it was a horrible design, and whoever came up with the design did not do a good job. So Brick and Nick has made a very nice model here, and I think that I'm going to go with a yes on this because I think Tesla would absolutely give the rights to Lego to make this set. I think it would be a popular set for Lego to make. I think Tesla is wildly popular and has a lot of especially very rich fans who would spend money to buy this set. So I think it would be a very cool move for Lego to make this as a set, and I think it would be very popular.
Okay,
Nick captured the design very well. I mean, the design kind of became a meme for a while, where it just because it was so crazy looking, but he captured it really well, and he did a great job building this. And we should give a shout out to Brick and Nick. I think he built this on his streams, so he does a lot of really great Twitch streaming and YouTube stuff. So people can check him out if they want to see that. But yeah, he captured this project and the design of it really well.
Oh, you know the build in person.
We do. He goes by Brick and Nick. So people, he does a lot of Twitch streaming, like builds over there and stuff. So really cool stuff.
When you come to Chicago, you will meet him.
There you go.
Oh my goodness! Oh, good that you told me this because I was about to say this looks crazy, but now I know that it looks lovely. No, I'm just kidding. It looks. I really have to say, it looks very similar like the original. This is always a good thing, and in this small scale. So, do I think Lego will make this set? I don't think so, because I mean, it looks futuristic somehow, but it looks really like the original model. So this is a good thing. But beside that, I don't know. I think it's a no from my side. But again, it looks interesting, and you see what you can do with Lego bricks.
Before we move on to the other ones, we should point out some comments here. So Jake Sadovich, nice to have you with us, Jake. I enjoyed catching you on the last 2 minutes of Boone's stream last night, right before he ended. Jake mentioned that Chitty Chitty Bang Bang is on Netflix. So I don't know, maybe on, I don't know if that's on Netflix in Germany or not, but here in the US at least, you should be able to catch it on Netflix.
This is funny because it's such a long name. Shout out to Jake, of course. It's funny because I just read what Sado bricks in front. Oh, this is a long name, man. Okay, but
I hope that we'll be seeing Jake's pedal car here on our future ideas videos as we go through these projects. Have you seen his pedal car, Andreas?
I think so.
It looks amazing. Everyone should go check that out if you haven't, and vote for that so that it can find its place on the list here of the 10,000 vote projects because it's very cool.
Great build-up, great build-up. So we have one more.
Oh, okay. I was. There were a couple other comments about the goose as well. But apparently, you go around being annoying. You take stuff, so it sounds like a super fun game.
What is the name of this goose game? Does it have a name?
What's the name?
The name of the goose
I don't think. I don't know. We have to. Does anybody know the name of the game? So is there an actually real name, or is it just? By the way, do you guys know what a Lada is?
No, I don't know what a Lada is.
Lada is a car from Europe.
Oh, okay.
From East Europe. Yeah, all right. And then we have one more to go, and then we have talked about and there's still time. There could be more till the end of April.
Is that the end of April is the cutoff point?
Yes, for the first review round of the year. There are going to be 2 more, and then there is a cut, and they will decide which of those could be a set, or maybe 2. And we have already seen 2 rounds where they've chosen none. So, okay, here's the name. Untitled Goose Game is the name.
Name of the game is Untitled Goose Game.
That's very strange. Very strange.
That's very confusing. The ideas project should have made that clear.
Thank you so much. It's always good to have people who are with us and give us the answer.
The chat always comes through for us. Thank you, everyone.
We have one more to go here. We have to talk about Mary Poppins. I will bring this on screen in a second, and we can talk about this. And we start with John Hanlon.
So I'm going to start like I did with Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Is Mary Poppins popular in Germany?
So the funny thing is, while I was in hospital last year for the first time, since I was 3 years old, I spent there 2 days, and I was watching the video with Tom Hanks, where he plays Disney himself, and invited the lady who wrote the whole story, and tried to tell her we would love to make a movie. And it was a very good movie, but I haven't seen or read the books of Mary Poppins, but I know the story behind it. So I think it's popular, and many, at least older people, will know what was going on. If you ask a 15-year-old in Manhattan right now, do you know Mary Poppins or Casey Neistat? I think
yes,
they will say we know Casey, but yeah. So I think it's if you're into old books and movies and stuff, you will know it.
Yes. Yeah. So very, very similar to Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. And I don't know what years those two were made, but I would say very similar time frames that they were made. So something that would be certainly very popular with an older audience, but I think kids these days maybe are not familiar with either Chitty Chitty Bang Bang or Mary Poppins. But certainly an older adult audience would be very, very familiar with Mary Poppins. And it's very, very popular.
Now remember, they just made was it a remake or a sequel? Just like last year or something. So that's really true. Has raised the money for newer kids and kind of a new generation.
I don't know how popular. I don't remember how well that movie performed in terms of sales and such. So I don't know whether it was that popular. But the model looks great. I think the way they have the 3 houses, which that's very accurate to the movie. They have all of the key characters in there. Mary Poppins with the umbrella. And the 3 different buildings, the one that looks like the ship, that's all straight out of the movie.
Which is such an awesome part of the movie. Sorry, go ahead.
The street, the street there with the trees, all of that looks great. So the model looks really good. The problem I think is going to be getting a younger audience that this set would appeal to. So I'm going to go with a maybe there, just because this would be extremely older adult focused. And I don't know if they would aim for that older crowd that would lose a lot of their younger customers. So maybe.
I will next time we'll talk, and we'll have to talk about this in a minute, because I would love to see you in my late night show one day. But then I have to switch this because there was no mistake this time. It was boring. Next time we'll say we start with Joshua, then myself, and then John.
Okay.
Because it was too easy this time. It was like You've learned your lesson, and now just rolling. There must be more discussion, more screaming. Okay, but Joshua, go for it, please.
I love this. Mary Poppins, just like Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, a movie we watched a ton growing up. Super fun movie. It's great for kids. The music, the characters, everybody in that movie, the original, is just fantastic. I haven't seen the new one that came out, but I think people enjoyed it. I love that they captured so perfectly the naval. I think it's like a naval captain that is on his roof there. He fires off the cannon, shakes everything in the house. I've always thought that was hilarious. I think that's really good. He takes his job very seriously there. This as a set, though, I'm not sure. I feel like they would need to make some kind of more of a play set. So there are elements within the movie. There's like the carousel. I know during the one song in the original movie, they do have like a carousel, and so there's lots of different elements that could be more of a play set, because this is almost more of like a display piece, sort of. There's not a lot of playability in the model as it is.
But idea sets are generally more aimed at display, so
that's true. Yeah, that's true. So,
So
but yeah, it's fantastic, and they've got
there are a lot
Disney-
of, I forgot to say, there are a lot of the key scenes, like flying the kite and the guy with the instrument thing on his back.
Dick Van Dyke with his
Van Dyke. So they have a lot of. They did a really, really good job of including a lot of details from the movie in this one scene. There are a lot of things that, if you're familiar with the movie, you'll spot immediately, such as the kids with the kites and the trees and all of those different things.
And it took me only like 10 hours of live streaming to find out that I can bring this website alone on screen as well. So, but it's fine. It's all about professional here.
Always professional.
This is what we're learning. Lots of people are learning about live streaming due to being stuck at home. So by the end of it, everyone will be an expert.
It is perfect. But just to my 2 cents in this, I would love to see it because it's really good looking, and I, for any reason, have the feeling that this could be an awesome Lego idea set. So from all of those we've seen last week and today, this is my favorite one. And because I love it so much, I would say, yes, Lego, you have to do it. And I will tell everybody in Billund, next live streams, I will bother anybody with it and say, go for it, because it looks really, really stunning. So I love it.
This and Chitty Chitty Bang Bang might be tied for me. They're both fantastic.
So it's nearly over.
Before we end real quick, can we, since we've talked about all of these ideas projects, we should give a shout out to some that are still in the voting that need some votes. So can you put a couple links in the description from ideas, Andres, or in the chat as well, but also the description for people to check out. So there's the Coraline's house from the movie Coraline is very close, yes. Over 9,000. People should definitely check that out.
It's awesome.
Holly has been doing an incredible job over the years trying to promote that. Getting that project out there, and it's only got it's still got like 40 days left or something like that, but it's very close, and it'd be really awesome to see that hit 10,000.
There's an interview online with her I did last year in Scareback, so I try to again, this is something I would love to see too, because it's a nice looking building with interesting colors.
And then Jake's project that I mentioned earlier, his pedal car, which just looks so crazy realistic. So both of those people check them out if you're interested in supporting more ideas projects.
It is always when you have to put, for example, when you have to the chance to see a live stream to kill time, or hang out on Lego Ideas and look for some really great models, go to Lego Ideas instead of watching us. This is what I would say, because there's more to see. It was really fun to do, and I would like to suggest the following. Next week, you have to come to my late night show.
Oh.
Because I think now it's the time. You know, we're doing this twice. We can do a third show later on, but next week I think it's the right time to do a late night, because we've done late night before together, and this must be the big. And this is gonna be a special 1 hour late night, the first ever 1 hour late night after 2 weeks of streaming, a very special edition of Samgawat Late Night with Beyond the Break. What do you think?
Monumental event. But yes,
sounds good.
We're there. We've got a good thing rolling here. I think it's what the fans want.
So it's Tuesday, not next Thursday. Next Thursday, we're going to be a 1 hour live stream. It's within the whole late night thing, and this is going to be very fancy. And then we have to roll on, and I will check out your stream, and we'll find another time where we'll do another live stream. But right now we're done with Lego Ideas, and I will bring some more New York photos to the late night experience.
Yeah,
But,
maybe we'll surprise you with a few photos as well.
This is a good idea. This is a perfect idea. No, we have time, and I think the timing is good for you as well because it's 1 hour later, and you have a long day. So
you
it's
need
perfect.
to advertise your streams as the only opportunity for Beyond the Brick fans to see John, because he doesn't come on ours. So this is the only time that
this
people
is
can get
the special thing. No, because just to explain, next Thursday I'm not in my office because then there is Eastern, so I will stay there. So it would be good if it's 1 hour later because then my kids are asleep. I'm in the house and we can talk. We have time. We have time then. We'll do it. Thank you so much. You know those guys, John and Josh are handling. I have to play one more chord, just one, because I'm running out of time because now I'm talking to Jan Bayer in my late night show.
That's fancy.
People are already waiting. I'm receiving like 1,000 messages here. Everybody in the chat, thank you so much for joining us, and a very special thank you to John and Georgia Hanlon. And always remember, if Jane Briggs is around in your chat and I'm not there, this is going to be the end of our very in-depth professional relationship.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
You'll be the first to know. Thank you.
Stay safe, everybody. Bye.
Bye.